What's up YouTube, Cowboys here back in the video. We're talking about cards, money, investing. Today I got a very special video, and it's a video about me showing you guys my approximately $100,000 Marvel card collection. And what inspired me to do this video is basically, if you guys check out my Instagram, I just got these in the mail, right? So the second Wolverine, the second of the BGS9 PMG 2013 blue Wolverine. So I was gonna put this away into the rest of my collection, so I thought maybe it was time to just take it out, have a look at all the stuff that I have, and just do a video to share with you guys. So stick around. Welcome back, guys. So right here today I'm pleased to share with you guys my Marvel card collection, and approximately valued at $100,000. That's based on purely my valuation. And for those guys who actually know me, I'm primarily a card investor, so these are not all the Marvel cards that you're gonna see today that I own. In fact, I have a bunch of other cards that's currently held with PWCC Vault as my inventory, but the cards that you're gonna see today are kind of like my collection that are closer to me, which some can consider long-term investment, but some is actually real PC stuff which I'll never ever sell. And the ones that I would never ever sell, I'm gonna start off is these ones here. 1992 Jim Lee X-Men, right? And these are autograph pack pull with the emboss stamp, right? So I have two PSA 9s here, X-Men Gold Team Storm and a PSA 6 on Wolverine. These two are courtesy of Scandal, who hooked me up on these two cards and sent a PSA, super nice condition copies, both of them PSA 9. And this one I bought from eBay. It was one of the earlier cards that I purchased from eBay that was non-PMG, and it came back a PSA 6. Didn't really matter because these cards were very, the ones that I chased during my childhood, around 12, 13 years old, the stuff that you always want to pull out or imagine yourself pulling out from the packs. Never really got a chance to do so, and so happy to own these two. You guys are aware I have the other two here, the Cable and the Magneto. That's currently the PSA. I'm not going to spoil the results for you, but one thing you guys should know that if you guys check out my earlier video, the Magneto was pulled off of a screw down case that was held for 30 years. So you can imagine it was like pressed in that screw down case, right? And then sent to PSA. So wondering what's the results for that one? Next video coming up, I'm pretty sure I'm going to share with you guys the outcome for that one. Okay, so let's move on to the card that started the whole journey, and it was these three Miles Morales precious metal gems. So I got the bronze here, the red, and the blue. Okay, now my journey to Marvel cards didn't actually start off really wanting to go to Marvel cards. It actually went into comics. Okay, as most of you guys know, I'm primarily initially a sports card investor, whereby looking at NBA cards, right? And I was thinking of diversifying, and one of the avenues I wanted to diversify was to comics. Okay, so through discussion with my friends and doing my research, it was gonna be either going through the Silver Age books, or in fact go towards the modern age books, right? So Silver Age books, X-Men issue 1, I picked up a copy of that. I'm super happy that I still own that one. X-Men is one of the, as I pointed out earlier, one of my most favorite Marvel themes and characters in the whole world. So the one with modern I was looking at was Miles Morales, specifically the issue Ultimate Fallout issue number 4, CGC 9.8, which was on a meteoric rise, towards the end of 2020 to early 2021. I think books were initially selling for $500, going up to $1,000. At that point in time, when I was looking at it, in January 2021, if I'm not mistaken, it was about $1,400, $1,500. And at that time, I was thinking, this looks like the new Luka Doncic for Marvel, right? Miles Morales. And I had a very good feel about him, but I wasn't so sure to pick up a book that's such in high population. I'm not sure that I have to look back, if I can trace back the YouTube video whereby there was a guy who actually sent a bunch of Ultimate Fallout 4s to CGC, I think maybe 50 books in total, and he got a mixtures of 9.8s and 9.6. But what they told me is extremely high pop, and that's the kind of expected, and lots more copies that's currently still sitting ungraded as well. So I was thinking, rather than move into comics, I decided to move into the cards, and I went ahead to hunt for the best Miles Morales I could find. There were early 2015 cards on Miles, which didn't really appeal to me so much, and then I discovered this, which is the Precious Metal Gems from the 2017 Full Ultra set, and these are Miles' first PMG, and I did a couple of videos on Miles PMG. I know you can go back and check out, can see the link in the description below on my coverage on these. But my first few mouse that I bought, PMG red was about less than $500 each, and my first mouse blue was about $1,000. So I picked up a bunch of those, and that kind of like started the whole process of getting deeper into Marvel cards, getting deeper into PMGs. And I use a lot of those mouse that I had, and you can see that I had a bunch of those right in the last video. And I use those as to trade and as well to sell and to kind of like gain capital so that I could expand into other Marvel cards. These are only 3 mouse I have left with me, but these are 3 nice ones and all in PSA 9. So loving this. Obviously missing the green, but that's not something that it's easily obtainable today. So if you have mouse, and of course you gotta have Gwens. So Gwens, again, I did a couple of these in my IG. You can see the red, the blue, and the latest one that I got from Justin Spidey Hits PMG green here. That's number 10, and everyone's done PSA 9. Just loving this one, right? And the odd one out that I just received in the mail, which is this one here, the bronze, right? Just got it authenticated and looks pretty clean, which I'm gonna send to PSA in hopes to get the matching 9 to make this nice little rainbow here. There is of course the purple, that's number 5, and that's not something easy to obtain given the limited numbers there is out there, but just super happy to have all these here. And just lastly, to finish up with this 2017 Flare Ultra, you can have Miles, you can have Gwen. I don't have Spidey, but I do have Venom, right? So these are Venom. This is the 3rd iteration for Gwen, and for Miles these were the first PMGs for them. And I know right now the new Spidey metal, there's lots and lots of Miles, lots and lots of Gwen or Ghost Spider, that there's a lot of love around it, but that was the OG. Venom, however, is the 3rd iteration of Venom in the PMG, right? So in 2013 and 2015 there were Venoms as well, these are the 2017 ones, and I think that these were my favorites up to right now. I think the 2022 ones looks kind of cool, but the comic art Venoms, these are one of my favorites as well. I do have a bronze raw that's coming in, and we'll try to go that for PSA 9. Next up, I have my 2015 Jambalaya collection, everything in PSA 9 or better grade, right? So I'm going to start off, this is not a full complete set, okay? So I'm of course missing a couple of key pieces. I'm just going to show you guys what I have and talk a bit more about my chase on this particular set. So here I have 4 cards here, which probably I would consider near the weakest, the bottom of the chain, right? In terms of price wise. So I got an Iceman here, Cyclops, Elektra, and Ultron, 4 perhaps the weaker characters that's in this Jambalaya set, but we're going to move up a bit better, and we're going to have the next 4 here, which is Loki, Green Goblin, and Scarlet Witch with Hulk. So these were, for Scarlet Witch, I guess she was my initial Jambalaya, and that kind of like started off the journey. I just like the colors of the green and the purple, and PSA 9s, tough grades for Jambalaya in general. So, but I do like the look and feel of these group here. So another group of 4 here. I'm gonna move on to the 2 PSA 10s that I have here, Doctor Strange and Red Skull. When I sent this to PSA, had a lot of Jambalayas. I think like 6 or 7 Jambalayas to PSA, and then came up that 110. I was pretty excited to have 110, but it came out to be the Red Skull, but super happy to get a Doctor Strange and a PSA 10 as well. This is a Pop 2, okay? For you guys, I have the other one as well. Both Pop 10, PSA 10s, I do have the copies, and the one that's gonna go up on Goldin pretty soon. So if you're guys hunt down for a PSA 10 of Doctor Strange, and you're a fan of Doctor Strange, and you want a PSA 10 with Jambalaya, do check out Goldin auction. I believe it should be in the September auction, and that's the one that's going on sale. Okay, moving on. Gonna get better now in terms of the characters. So 3 more characters coming in. So we got Storm, Daredevil, and Thanos. And I think that Thanos is one of the harder characters to actually pull for some strange reason. I see a lot of all the others ones, including Storm and Daredevil, but Thanos seems to be a tough one. And these ones, if you notice, right, it's actually for some reason it's actually slabbed in a thicker slab, right? So compared to the earlier ones that I had, it's actually on a thinner slab. I'm sure you can see the difference here, right? So I'm not sure what PSA is doing in terms of having the different slabs for these, but these are regular point cards and not actually extra thick. So PSA gave it really a mismatch holders in my entire collection. Well, moving on to the final three, the three biggest characters that I have in the set, which is the Deadpool, the Thor, and the Venom, right? So again, low pop cards. All these PSA 9s are low pop, and I say low pop means they're less than 5, I believe. Okay, for most of them. Doctor Strange was pop 2. So super hard to get these in PSA 9s, and super hard to get these in general as well in Jambalaya. They are a case hit, okay, and it's believed that they may be between a print run of between 30 to 50 copies. They are unnumbered, okay, but there is some statistics to show that it's between 30 to 50 copies. So I have 16 Jambalayas in total in this set. It's a set of 21, missing obviously the Wolverine, the Spider-Man, Captain America, Iron Man, and Magneto. And it's a set that I would love to put together, but not necessarily something that I would shell out a lot of money for. At one point, Jambalayas were the rage. There was a lot of chase for Jambalayas. At this point, I think the demand has kind of come down. I did a video recently that Steve Aoki managed to pick up a whole BGS 9.5 set, or not entirely 9.5, and he did pick up I think 19 of the 21 cards from Probstein auction to complete his set. So, and that total set, that total auctions ended close to roughly about like $40,000 in total. So that's perhaps the value of the complete set here. 21 cards for $40,000. Spider-Man itself is valued for about $10,000. So that was a heavy hitter on that set. But the rest of them, I would say moderately priced, with the exception of Wolverine. So it's a nice set to complete. Something that I would try to get to a complete set, but not necessarily going to put a lot of money in to try and finish it. I definitely, thinking twice about putting like 5 digits dollars, like $10,000 in for the Spider-Man to try and finish this set. I will do some trades if I say it is possible, but this is not high on my list to try and get this thing done, right? So sticking to the 2015 Marvel Field Retro team, I have one PMG which I keep into my PC, which is my Deadpool PMG Red. Okay, this is numbered out of 100, and this is a PSA 9. I just like the 2015 art, Deadpool here, battling the gargoyle, red on red. Okay, maybe the 2013 pose is kind of better, and it's a bit harder to get. I think it's a pop 3, I believe, for the 2013 PMG Red, but I just like the art on this one. So I've sold a bunch of 2015 reds, in PSA slabs, and this is the one that I actually keep behind. If you ask me, I personally favor 2013's PMGs over 2015's for obvious reasons, but this Deadpool is the one that I'm keeping behind. Okay, and finally I want to talk about these two guys, right? 2013 Flair Retro Precious Metal Gems Blue, that's number 50, Wolverine, both in a BGS 9 slab, and this is a pop 4 with none higher, right? And I did a Instagram video as well as Instagram story. I just super happy to pick up these two cards. Again, if you guys watch my early videos on PMG Blues, I was actually trying to put together a set in since middle of last year, but kind of gave up early of this year when prices just started going crazy, because this Wolverine itself, from something that's an $8,000 card raw, was going up to upwards of 20, 25, even $40,000 at one point, right? So I knew the chase wasn't going to get there. Of course, I knew that Marvel cards wasn't going to sustain that kind of high price point, but you never know. So at that point in time, I actually liquidated my partial set of my PMGs, and somehow or another, months later, I find myself being able to acquire these two pieces, one from Godin, one from eBay, for approximately $10,000 each. And these ones, financial value wise, yes, $10,000 today has potential to be, who anybody's guess, 20, 30, 40. To my opinion, this is the Wolverine chase card for any Wolverine collector that can afford this kind of price range, because I think that in my opinion, top 3 Wolverine, it's a must have. So down the line, personally I enjoy this card, but down the line, definitely this has super future long-term investment potential, for this Wolverine. And that's how I guess the mindset of picking up cards has to be, right? Thinking about way ahead if you can. There is some short-term flips that you can do. This is certainly not one of it, given a high price point, but these are the ones, when next time when you have the future X-Men movie or future Wolverine movie, when the popularity of Wolverine soars back again, this is the one to be chased. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. There's lots and lots of stuff that went in, and in total 100k worth of my Marvel cards that's sitting in my collection at the moment. Super enjoy, super have fun sharing with all you guys here, especially these two Wolverines here. Got over my Miles Morales and my Gwen PMG sitting over on the desk on the other side, but definitely all my Marvel cards here. Loving this. Okay, do like and subscribe for more videos in the future. Till the next one. Cowboys out.